From Julio Cruz and Gaylord Perry to Alvin Davis and Harold Reynolds to father and son back to back bombs. From Junior J, Joey, and Edgar with Randy, A-Rod, Dan, and the Sheriff to Ichiro Moyer and Mikey C to King Felix, Kyle Cruz, and Cano to the present with Julio, Gilbert, Kirby, and Cal. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. We got to give a huge shout out to our super producer, Indy, out there in Nashville, Tennessee. Rocking the ones and twos. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services bringing this show to life. It's a boy Ty Talks right here. I got to give a huge shout out to all the homies in the live chat. We love the fire. We love the knowledge y'all bring. The energy helps the show so much. But of course, the best co-host a dude can ask for. My man will mess around and get a triple-double. What's going on, RG?
The real shit you get when you bust down my lines, add that to the fact that I went plat a bunch of times that by my influence on pop culture, I'm supposed to be number one on everybody's list. We'll see what happens when I no longer exist. Man, fuck this. It's time to go to work.
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. We got to give another huge shout out to our friends at Romantic About Baseball. We are part of the Baseball Lovers Alliance. My, oh my, we're extremely proud to be a part of this group of wonderful pods. Go to Facebook, like, and follow Romantic About Baseball. I've been following them for a long time now. But RG, speaking about following, since the trade deadline, our favorite baseball team has caught fire, bro. Talk to me.
Hotter than fish grease, hotter than the sun, hotter than habanero peppers, baby. That's what we do right around here. It's been great to watch. It's what we asked for. They put us in a position to do it. Just got to keep pressing, man. What a fun week to be a Mariner fan.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's just dig right into it, man. The Mariners have lost one game since they've had all three of these players at the trade deadline since they've been on the roster. They've lost one game, and this lineup's at that point where guys can pick each other up. Cal struggles for a week or two. Now he's got 3 home runs in 3 days. But you got Julio doing the work. You got Naylor. Suarez coming up big the other day. It might be 20 to 25 years, RG, since I felt the Mariners have an actual lineup that can pick each other up. And then when they're rolling in the same game, we're going to put 6 to 10 on you real easy.
So let's talk about what that one game has done. I said a few weeks ago, we were going to need to be the second best team in the AL East to stand a chance. Let's take a look at where we are. We are a half game behind the Trash Can Empire, and we currently hold the number 1 spot in the wild card, which means we have gotten to that point where we are now the second best team in the AL East. And all that math just really means we're in a chance to be able to do this and in a position to host the wild card if we don't find a way to leapfrog Houston for the division. It took a lot of head banging, a lot of complaining, a lot of frustration, a lot of weed before I had to stop smoking because of work. But we are finally in the position where we can actually make a run. It's a beautiful thing to see. Is the job finished yet? By no means. But like you said, to have an offensive lineup that is competitive, which very long time since we can say that in the Pacific Northwest.
No doubt, no doubt. And speaking of the lineup too, I mean, I want to go into pitching in a minute, but we've been trashing on this lineup for years now, RG, and justified. It hasn't just been the last 5 years where the pitching's been dynamic. I mean, we seriously have to go back to about 2002 or so when the Mariners had a legit lineup. Those Felix years, as you get Felix, you get no run support. So this is huge. But what I want to look at is the top of the lineup real quick. I think it was a great decision, RG, going Randy, Cal, Julio, Cal, where they were pitching around him for a minute there a week or two ago, Julio and Randy are just benefiting greatly. Julio and Randy give so much production. They provide so much punch that now we see they got to start coming back to Cal a little bit. What does he do? He puts 3 home runs in 3 days on the weekend. So I just love the way this lineup can play off each other. And we know if you want to make a serious run, it's all hands on deck, and you can't have weak at bats out there.
The benefit of Edgar being involved with the hitting process. That when Cal was struggling, he got to sit down with one of the best.
Mm.
That's a benefit that not a whole lot of people have in their organizational tree. Imagine if Julio, second half Julio, was a full season Julio. And not to beat a dead horse because we love the momentum we're at right now. But we've said here before, those moves could have absolutely been made in the offseason. Think about if we had this lineup April to this point, where we would be. And it only looks to get better if once Robles comes back and if he could be anything near what he was before, and Miller to be able to get some innings out of him. Look out, man. We might have something scary brewing up in Seattle. Shout out to everybody in the live chat joining us. Tyson Baxter says, I hate that my Orioles are going to ruin your momentum. We will see come Tuesday, buddy. Ginger Fit Dad, we're winning the AL and give Naylor a blank check, man. Josh Naylor, man. We were talking off mic before the show began. What a great pickup that he is. I know he doesn't have great power numbers, but to have a first baseman that's almost hitting at 300, I'll take it.
Yeah, for real.
I'll take it all day. And we know what we're getting with Gino. But this feels different, doesn't it? Doesn't this feel different this time around?
There's real players behind it, man. If we really okay, because here's an exercise I actually did a little bit earlier this weekend watching the Mariners, RG, is I just looked at a couple of lineups on my phone. Look at the Yankees lineup and look at the Mariners lineup. I would legit choose the Mariners lineup. You can really match us up against a lot of the other teams in the league. And then when the guys get rolling, though, Julio's had the most home runs since July 11th. And then you were just talking about bringing Robles back. We could have a perfect marriage here, man, because Canzone is hitting 285 with an 846 OPS against righties, but he's also down in the 230s and the 600s versus lefties. Robles, although it was limited this year, Robles was hitting 333 against lefties on the season, RG. So we can, I don't like platoons if you're going to do 4 or 5 of them. I don't like that shit. If you have 1 or 2, it can be a beautiful thing, and the Mariners could get big time production out of right field with a Canzone Robles platoon when we get Robles back. And you want to talk about having a great bench player. If you got a Canzone or a Robles on your bench, that brings a lot of depth that we can try to mess with come down the stretch.
Ginger Fit Dad says we have the best lineup in the American League. I think it's a little too soon to crown us that. Let's get to the beginning of September, and let's take a look at where we're at before we start tooting our horns too much here. But this just feels different, man. It's exciting. It's exciting to be able to look at it and have a professional major league lineup for the first time in a very, very, very long time. And I know Ginger Fit Dad wants to get to the fun that we were having off mic. It's like he was a fly on the wall. Josh Naylor is a handful of home runs from going 2020. What was that stat that Indy gave us during the during the pre-production meeting? That he is in the bottom third of the slowest players in the entire league. And this guy's about to go 2020. This is awesome, man. This is awesome to have that type of diamond in the rough dog as part of our lineup just something we've been begging for such a long time. It's great, man. It's really, really great. Normally, we spend this hour just trying to fight off the feeling of despair, but this really feels like a feeling of hope for the very first time in a long time.
Hmm. Hmm. One of the feelings we fight a lot too is knowing that we, as the fans, love this organization a hell of a lot more than they love us, man. They're never giving it back to us. And they finally made some steps forward this trade deadline. You know how I feel too, RG. That teams got to be more aggressive in the offseason given the extra wild card teams. Mariners haven't taken advantage of it. So we do got to be a little bit critical about their lack of urgency in the offseason, but boy, they did come through clutch. And my boy Fergie, I know he gave up the giant 3-run home run the other night, but he bounces back for an inning and two-thirds. And Indy brought it up, and I even posted this on social media on our behalf, RG. But Cole Young, a freaking rookie, only 22 years old right now, 4 walks and 2 runs from the 9 hole. He's setting the table for the boppers up top. I love it if you have a 9 hitter. I love it if you have an 8 hitter who can really keep that lineup turning. If you got guys like JP and Cole Young that can get on base, those solo home runs turn into 2 and 3 run jacks. And I love the banter on the live chat right now. And the only thing I caution RG is on paper, the Mariners should be able to get the Orioles, but it is never easy to win on the road in pro sports.
Yeah, it's tough. And baseball is the toughest sport to try to do any of that is. Momentum is just as good as the next day's starting pitcher. Sunday evening media. Remember when we had the best rotation? I do. It wasn't too long ago, but injuries and things like that are always going to be a part of the game. And we have been blessed for a while to keep those guys together without any major injuries. And now we have an offense to be able to back them up. So let's get Miller back. Let's hope for some help with that guy. Let's get Robles back and let's make a push. 7 weeks. 7 weeks. Cal's
Whew.
statement about working. I won't stop grinding until the city gets what it deserves, a perennial playoff team and a World Series championship. From your mouth to God's ears, brother, it's time. It's time. A lot of articles have been written since this trade talking about Seattle may potentially have the chance to break that string of not being the only team in baseball to have never been to the October Classic. Don't want to put it out too far in front of the horse yet, because like I said, 7 weeks is still a long time to go. But God, doesn't this feel like the most exciting run into this? Feels better than 2022, and we're still just in the middle of August.
Doubt, no doubt. With reinforcements coming, man, Ginger Fitz reminding us about Luke Rayleigh, who is having a really good rehab session down in Tacoma right now. He reached base a couple times the other night. RG then. So who do we get rid of? Is Solano gone? Maybe Dylan Moore gone. There's a couple guys that are probably not going to be on this team in a month or so because of better players coming off of injury. But I'm going to always look for some great nugget. And there's a great nugget I got to give you here, RG. So Matt Brash, we know how filthy he is. He's added punch because he's now gotten 2 saves on the weekend, closing it out for us, which makes this team so much more deadly. We overused Munoz last year and it showed down the stretch. But guess what, bro? Matt Brash throws his slider 2/3 of the time for great reason. Hitters have a 180 average and only a 180 slugging percentage on Brash's slider. The dude is fucking filthy. I love watching him pitch. And like I mentioned, I think it's just huge that we have one more dog so we don't have to always rely on Munoz.
Definitely being able to give Munoz a break. Doesn't quite yet have that motherfucker Jones mentality, but he'll get there. But if we have the arms to be able to not have to ride him so hard, why not do it?
Mhm.
Just the way that this is looking is going to get good. So the Evil Empire and the Red Sox are going to beat each other up starting tomorrow a little bit because they go heads up a little bit. If we can do what we're supposed to do against Baltimore, we'll go into the weekend in the City Field, first place in the AL West. After years of a June collapse. Win a couple games, hope for hope for a 12-round knockdown, drag 'em out fight that Boston gets the better of the Trash Can Empire, and we actually have a chance to go into a weekend in August, first place in the AL West. You gotta love that. Gotta love it.
I love it, man. RG, I think I got to rain on our parade a little bit, though, bro.
Oh
We
no.
have a three
Oh no.
series road trip coming up. And you said going into City Field at the New York Mets, then at the Philadelphia Phillies back to back after a three-gamer in Baltimore. I don't want to be Debbie Downer, bro, but these guys are going to have to bring their A game because the Mets and Phillies are not playing out there, dude.
It's a great litmus test to really see where we're at. To really see where we're at. We got some get right. We got some get right going against the
We
White
did.
Sox.
We did
Got
what we
got
had
it
to. But
going.
we
Did what
had
we
to
had
get
to
it.
do
We
this
had to
weekend.
get it.
Did what we had to do this weekend. And what did Ichiro say? Go for it. Seize the moment. And yeah, we came out and scored 4 in the first. Now we did kind of let him back in the game, but it's all right
Oh yeah.
because Naylor took care of it. So again, man, again, what a fun offense to have a chance to cheer for. Hopefully, our pitching stays the way that it has been and keeping us in ball games and going out and dominating. I like Brian Wu, man. We had the conversation last week talking about has Wu surpassed Logan for the ace. I still give it to Logan just because of the many years that he's given us so far, but having Wu as a backup punch to him, and that's not forgetting Castillo, or as he's been showing since he's been back from injury that Kirby ain't no joke either. Man, just we're here with 43 games with a chance to compete.
No doubt. I'm glad you brought up Luis Castillo, man. We cannot forget about him. He has been so consistent over the last several years for the Mariners. All these guys kind of have been up and down to a certain extent. La Piedra, the rock of the rotation, man. Cannot give enough love to that dude. He's been on the trade block for 3 years now. He's still on the team, and all he does is go out and gives us an opportunity to win every week. And what we know, this dude can show up in big games, man. So I am pumped, man. I'm absolutely pumped about the Mariners. I am still a little nervous. I've been hurt enough times, but this is one of those things, man. You just look at the pitching staff, you look at the lineup. This looks like a legitimate playoff contender, Archie. My one major concern is bullpen depth, though. If our starters can't go enough innings, we have some talented guys who can give up the bomb at any given moment. So, got to keep it real here. Bullpen depth still concerns me, but your team's your team now, so just go out there and play your ass off.
Well, like we had talked about, that's where I think we become strategic with how we use Miller, especially with
Mm,
Thornton, especially with Thornton's ACL, or was it his ACL? Did they announce it?
I think it was his Achilles, but
His
yeah,
Achilles. His Achilles. Okay,
he's
especially
done.
with
He's
Thornton's
done.
Achilles, we we become flexible with how we use Miller if he comes back and he come back and be what he was for us last year. We're flexible with how we use Miller. We set the 4-man rotation with the 4 guys that are up there. And, Miller's that bridge to be able to try to get us to the rebuilt bullpen. My opinion. My opinion. Could absolutely be wrong. But that's how I would play it out moving forward as well, too. And don't forget, even though he may not be anything flashy and won't make the top 10 sports center highlights, Logan Evans has
Yes.
But Logan Evans has really shown great maturity in stepping up into this moment. Like we bashed him during the New York game, but God, he's been what we've needed. We've been what we needed. Without his performances, we're looking at more losses mixed into this, and then we would be in a different position and not be able to say that we're half game behind the trash can empire and the number one position in the wild card.
Yeah, no
Every
doubt.
single game matters at this point, and what he's been able to give us is fantastic.
I'm glad you shouted out Logan Evans. It's the grinders mentality, man. Someone had to step up. Someone had to step up. And to me, Ginger fits right. I see Logan Evans as a 4 or 5. I don't even think he's got the high end potential to be much more than that. But he has absolutely shown me he can be a consistent end of your rotation guy for a long time in the big leagues. And who knows? Guys surprise you. RG, we've all loved Cal Raleigh, but how many people 3 years ago would have told me Cal would improve at such a fucking rate that the dude would lead all of baseball in home runs, RBI, and fourth in OPS? That brings me to another conversation, dude. Talk just whatever you think, man. Elite hitting catcher. That's what Cal Raleigh is, and how rare it is in the history of baseball to find one of these guys.
He is 3 home runs from setting the all-time record for home runs in the season by a catcher, surpassing Salvador Perez from 2021, I believe it is. If you were to go player by player, including pitchers, Cal right now has the 6th best WAR numbers in the entire league at 5.4. If you take that apart and just only go offensive players, he's only second to Judge. That 6.4 is going to be hard to ignore. But of course, I'm riding with my guy. Tell me right now that Cal Raleigh isn't the AL MVP over Aaron Judge. And I'd have that argument all day. Now, I get it. I get it. Judge's OPS is 1 point something. It's fucking ridiculous. And that WAR is 6.4 is hard to ignore. But the way that Cal has impacted this entire organization since he made that speech about needing to do more after the Rangers eliminated us the year they won the World Series, tell me that Cal Raleigh isn't the most valuable player in the American League.
I think we got to look at it by position too. The reason a quarterback wins it every year in the NFL is just how difficult it is to excel at that position. Like we're talking about, Johnny Bench recently said the greatest catcher ever in most people's eyes. Dude, the dude just said that a guy like Cal Raleigh comes around once every 10 years. And I agree, RG, because I think about in my lifetime, benches before my time. What have I seen? Mike Piazza, Joe
Mike
Mauer.
Piazza, you see Joe Mauer, a guy who may not get a whole lot of love from this generation, but would from our generation, Pudge Rodriguez.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
forget,
my
don't
favorite.
forget Florida State's own 3-time World Series champion Buster Posey.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So and we're probably about 10 years removed from Buster Posey. So yeah, he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. A guy in that position has, and it's the hardest position in the field to play.
Mentally and physically.
Yes. Yes. The way he helps control that pitching staff too. I think he does more. I think he
Hmm.
does more. Judge's numbers are gonna be Judge's numbers, and God knows that guy's a beast. He and Otani should absolutely be getting crazy push like they did Bonds and Sosa to make them a face of baseball. Yadier Molina is another one we left out as well too. Shout out to Ginger Fit Dad rocking with us in the live tonight. But yeah, man, Cal is doing something unbelievable right now, and for him to be the centerpiece of this project, just couldn't ask for more. Couldn't ask for more. Who would have
So I
thought
have.
that a Scott
Oh, go
Rowland
ahead.
agent would have? Who would have thought that a Scott Rowland client would have? Not Scott Rowland, Scott Boris. Who would have thought that a Scott Boris client would have stayed in Seattle and taken his money and wanted to be a part of this instead of running to the AL East where he probably could have gotten a lot more money.
Some of these young players. This is why you want homegrown players, ORG, because there's a camaraderie and a sense of loyalty that comes with homegrown players that you just can't get if you only sign outside free agents.
And we're doing it. We're doing it. Indy made the comment earlier today. Does Cole Young look like a rookie when he's up there? Have we finally unlocked the key to our success that's been the key to the Astro success for so long? Being able just to, all right, We can win without SARS. Let's go on ahead and get rid of Correa. And they spun the block on Correa and brought him back. Good for them. But that's been what the standard of excellence has been in our division, is what they've been able to do. And right now, it almost looks like have unlocked the key to be able to follow that model. We're still going to need a lot more. Still going to need a lot more. I mean, this can't just ride on Cole's success, but to be able to plug from this, well, I don't want to call it overrated because God knows it's good, but from this crazy pool of talent that we have in the minors, to be able to transition those guys into professional athletes. Well, in a major league baseball player athletes, because not that they're not professional athletes, but to perform at this level is crazy hard. So
Yes.
If we can keep that pipeline running, man. Texas Power Ranger, I'm sick of you guys being good. Go back to your old selves. You shut up. we do not. We ain't going back. We ain't going back.
We got a taste of that good shit. We ain't going back, man.
we are fiends now. We are fiends now. Oh, good. Ginger Fit Dad says that he's not with Boris anymore. So cool. Cool.
That's the only reason he was able to sign. He fired Boris because, as you referenced, that agent is not going to let his guy take an early extension. That was what Cal wanted to do, so they had to part ways, and that just shows you the loyalty to the organization, which all fans and anyone involved with the Mariners themselves should be forever grateful that guys like Cal, guys like Julio don't even want to see free agency. They'll just sign the extension. But I got a question for you, man, because I sometimes go into these thoughts about team building. I've never seen an elite hitting catcher up close and personal every day the way we have this year with Cal Raleigh. It's dawned on me that if you have an elite hitting catcher, the importance of a good backup catcher is greater than even if you have an average or a shitty guy, because you need that bat in the lineup. So Cal Raleigh has to play more games in a season than your average catcher. He's that valuable to the team. Therefore, your boy from Harry Ford, man, the fact that we didn't trade him, he is hitting what, 299 with nearly a 900 OPS. I'm putting up highlights of him on our Facebook page all the time because all Harry does is rip doubles and homers. It's going to be a critical component going forward to have, I would say, in air quotes, backup catcher. Because what I foresee, since they extended Cal, they didn't trade Harry, in the future, we're going to see those two interchange at catcher and DH a ton. Both stay fresher, and it might just be an amazing coup for the lineup going forward. But that's just my new epiphany, man, that I think a better backup catcher is more important if you have an elite hitting one as your starter.
I just wish my hometown boy Mitch Garver could do a better role. Could feel
He's
that
doing
role a little
enough,
bit better. Doing enough.
but
Doing
you'd like
enough.
some more.
Doing enough. Of course we like some more. Of course we like some more. And we play this game to compete. We play this game to compete for championships. And if Ford is the move over Garver, at least I can say that someone from my hometown was a Seattle Mariner. But I'm 10 toes down to get this team to hang a banner in Safeco. I mean, the T-Mobile, because goddamn knows it's been way too long.
Man, speaking of banners, they put up number 51 out there above the bullpens. We talked about them last week, but I just want to say that Ichiro number 51 looks so good out there, and I believe Randy might be coming up next, the dual number retirement, but what a fantastic weekend. And I loved how you referenced Ichiro pumping the team up, and you can tell whatever he does behind the scenes, the players that are currently on this Major League Ball club are extremely appreciative of all his efforts. So I thought that was really cool. It's obvious to see the players on the current team love what Ichiro does behind the scenes to help them prepare.
To give back to the organization that gave him so much.
Mhm.
It reminds me of how when the U was in its heyday and all those players from the past did whatever they could to be around the program. whether legally or illegally. Shout out to Uncle Luke and Nevin Shapiro. But they made it a point to be able to give back, that we've built this culture and let's sustain it. And God knows for a long period of Ichiro's time here, he was the only thing that we had, but he has bought in to that Mariner way, staying true to the blue and trying his best to instill whatever he can to help this team succeed. And I love it, man. Been a great ambassador for the games, been a great ambassador for the Mariners. The man deserved all of his flowers. And how cool was it to watch him get to throw out the first pitch to Randy Johnson?
Oh, I couldn't love it anymore, man. The Mariners have a rich tradition of great players, but great teams have truly eluded this organization. I truly hope we look back at this era, RG, and say there was a couple of great teams, not just some great players, man. And I saw somewhere earlier, we saw earlier, I think it was Mariners Lifer referencing where's the starting pitching at. This is why we've been frustrated the last couple of years, bro, because we know it when it's happening. You have to capitalize when your rotation is this healthy because we have ace quality guys like Logan and Kirby fighting their asses off, but it's not easy to get your arm healthy mid-season. These guys, I just commend them so much for battling. I do think we could see better from them, but it's also just really hard to recover in season as a pitcher. That's why we felt we might have wasted a couple years, but that's also why I'll give them props for jumping all in now, man, because nothing is ever promised in the future. And I love saying this, man. Your contention window is always going to close quicker than you think it will.
In a heartbeat, in an
Yes.
absolute heartbeat, in an absolute heartbeat, and also getting hot at the right time when it matters as well
Mm.
too. We saw that with the Rangers World Series win 2 years ago. Getting hot at the right time matters, but it's not a perfect world, and we can only get what we hope for. And like we said, they've put us in a position. They put us in a position. It's been a fun 10-game stretch. Let's hope it continues. By no means is the job done. We still got 7 weeks to go.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that this team has these guys like Josh Naylor too. No offense to good vibes only, but I love this serious fucking attitude that a couple of these guys are bringing in here. Polanco, very serious attitude. I love Naylor's serious attitude, man. So it's going to be really fun going forward. And one of my favorite things, RG, is when the Mariners are really battling it out to try to make the playoffs. I forget, and then all of a sudden, football surprises me. There's been a lot of years in my life where I'm just looking at my watch like, God, the Mariners blowing its make, and football started already. Football just kind of snuck up on me this year, and I love it.
It has a strong stranglehold on the American sports population like nothing else has. But it is exciting to have your team competing at the end of the dog days of summer as well too. That excitement is just second to none because you get to live and die with it every day. With
Yep.
football, you only get a dose of it every 7 days, but with baseball, you get to live and die with it every day with it. And we know how this team has a flair for the dramatic, and we also know how. But we're not going to speak any of that into existence. We're just going to keep a positive mentality as we make this push towards an AL West crown. I want an AL West banner up. It's been 24 years. I want an AL West banner hanging in right field. Excuse me.
Oh, you're all good, man. You're all good. Yeah, dude, I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm saying it, man. The Mariners actually have a legitimate shot to go for the top seed. But what you said a minute ago was so critical, RG, because I just figured it out recently. In the last 29 years, only 7 times did the team with the best record win the World Series. So just make the dance and play good baseball at that point. That doesn't underscore, I still think having the bye is an easier path. That simple.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just to get some recovery time and to try to get our guys healthy to be able to play the best. Couldn't ask for it. Couldn't ask for it. Shout out to AL, a new member in the chat, says he loves the podcast. Keep it going, go Mariners. That's what we're here for, baby. Homegrown podcast. We're not paid to tell you that we love the team. We love this team. We love interacting and talking sports. We love talking all sports. The live chat is what makes this show go. And thank you for taking your time out to join us this evening, AL.
Good shit, man. Good shit. Well, we are just transitioning a little bit into talking about football, man. And I want to go a little lighthearted first. I just finished a fantastic read, bro. It's the first book I've read in a couple years. I got to be honest, but The Art of Winning by Bill Belichick. And I'm gonna tell it to you like this, bro. If you got 8 rings and are probably having the best sex of your life in your 70s, that's GOAT coach to me, baby.
Did it come with a coloring section at the end? We can't hate on that guy, man. That guy has lived a life that a lot of people would only dream of. And I'm sure he has some great insight. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how that transitions into a world where you're really not the CEO and these kids have the power to leave you if they're not getting what they want after a few months. Can you really turn Chapel Hill, North Carolina into the epicenter of college football? He's got a long climb ahead of him, but it's going to be damn fun to watch and some good TV.
One thing, RG, I was surprised. Bill Belichick's book was much more of a motivational book. I thought it might be a little more X's and O's. It was definitely more motivational, and we've heard people like this say this behind the scenes. Guys that have worked for him, guys that have played for him, all that sort of thing. And he's got a different personality that he portrays to the media versus what he is to his people. And I think that's a really smart way to go about your business as a head coach in the NFL. I don't know how much you admire pettiness or not, RG, but Bill Belichick must have listed 300 to 500 names at the end of the book in his thank you section, and the Kraft family was not one of them.
Hell hath no fury like an ex-head coach scorned.
Especially one that thinks he's the best, man. I thought that was hilarious, though. Out of all of that, none of the mentions. One thing I would say, everyone wants to wonder how close are he and Tom. He couldn't be more effusive in his praise about Brady. And I'm just going to give you a trivia question. Who do you think he listed as his 2 favorite players to coach?
Lawrence Taylor and Mike Vrabel.
Ooh, I think those are fantastic, but both wrong. It was Rob Gronkowski and James White, the receiving back that scored that walk-off touchdown against the Falcons. You never know how coaches are going to think. I think his reasoning behind was their energy, enthusiasm, and attitude towards working all the time. He
Can I
just
get another
appreciated
guess?
so much about those guys. Go for it, baby.
Can I get another guess? Aaron Hernandez and Junior Seau.
Oh no!
Too soon?
Oh
soon?
man. Rest in peace. Rest in
The
peace.
thoughts, views, and opinions that come out of RG's mouth are his and own. Vaden Podcast Services is not responsible for the shit that RG talks about people who kill themselves on this show. Yeah, he is. Blame me.
No, I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you. Thank God for the podcast game, man. The FCC won't let you be, but it don't matter right now in this format.
Got to feel so empty without me.
It does. Okay. I just want to get into it really quick then. Your favorite team is the defending champs. They suffered a pretty devastating injury on their O line, but talk to me about your optimism and pessimism if that's how you feel about your favorite team.
Hold on, real quick. Tommy said that was dark. Did you not watch any of the roast of Tom Brady and how many times they made fun of Aaron Hernandez? It's okay, man. It's all right. They've been frying Michael Jackson for years. So if I'm gonna talk shit about Aaron Hernandez, I'm gonna talk shit about Aaron Hernandez. So the Eagles, man. The Eagles, man. First of all, give a shout out to Joe Burrow. 9 for 10, 2 touchdown passes. Jamar Chase looks like he may be fucking unstoppable. Thank God we only had to play them for 4 minutes. But the Tanner McGee, man, Tanner McGee had just earned the right to earn himself some money if someone is in need of a quarterback or a backup come sometime during this year. If he's not going to get a chance to do some play, the dude put on a hell of a show. It is practice. It doesn't count. You know, you're going through vanilla play calling. You're going through vanilla offenses, but it was good to see some football back on TV this week. The unfortunate injury to the player from the Lions kind of put a damper on everything, and we were talking about this during pre-production as well too. Couldn't imagine you training your whole life to be able to play in an NFL season and you can't make it out of the first week of preseason. It looked scary when it happened, but from all reports, he's in good spirits. He's back with the team. He even posted something on social media. So a big shout out to him. Tyson Baxter said, "Did you see the Jazz kicker who kicked a 70-yard field goal? That's fucking ridiculous."
Dude, if you ain't seen it, look it up. It is absolutely as crazy as you think, man. I wish I could have seen that shit in person. A 70-yard kick, bro.
Booming. Booming. I know
Dude.
everybody thought that dude from Dallas had the leg to be able to do it, but this guy said, "Hey, I'm here too. Where's my check?"
I mean, real talk, man. I think at my peak kicking abilities of my life, I might be able to hit from 20 on a tee.
Nah, I'm more Charlie Brown, and I expect Lucy to pull the football every time I get up.
70 yards is unbelievable. I just want to put in something real quick, RG, that I think might be really fun is as the football season evolves, it feels like between us and the normal live chat group, all of our teams are probably going to be in the mix. So we should keep tabs on the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Texans, the Ravens, the Cowboys, and the Broncos for Ginger Fit. Oh man, Dallas might be the odd man out, but either way, y'all, I know I'm 10 toes down for the Mariners organization, but RG, you know I love my NFL and college football, baby.
You ain't getting the Sam Darnold of last year. You're getting Sam Darnold from the Jets. Hate to
We
break
ain't
your
getting
heart.
that. I don't
Hate to
even really
break
think
your
he's gonna
heart.
be last year's. He's gonna go about like 25-8. He's not going 35-10 like last year, but I really do think he's going to be solid.
Tay Williams is asking, is Jerry still alive? Yeah, man, they keep him in that chamber and roll him out for press conferences after all the games on Sunday.
I
It's
could
just
see
such an
him getting
exciting
in a
time.
Darth Vader suit, man, to keep himself going to run that shit, dude.
You know, it's just such an exciting time, man. Football brings people together like no other, and people who have no other cheering interest in other sports seem to always come around for football season. So college starts in what, 2 weeks? College starts
Ooh.
in 2.5 weeks.
Texas at Ohio State to start the season. My freaking lord.
I already know what side you're hopping on. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, man.
No,
September 27th will be different, man. When Ohio State comes to Seattle, that's a house divided that day.
you going to the game?
We're thinking about it. They're expensive as fuck, so we'll see. We'll
You
see.
got it. Ball out. You got it. You'll be all right.
uh,
You know, that'll be a crazy weekend for you to come south down to Seattle a little bit. Not only would you have that game to go to, but that's the last series of the regular season, and the Mariners play the Dodgers.
oh, that'd be fun. I should stay down there and just go to the last game of the season.
Should. Don't even go home. Just stay in Pioneer Square and just drink all night. I
It's been a
met
long ass time since I've done that, but good times down there, man.
shit. I met hotel manager in Vegas not too long ago, and he told me that the most exciting time that he has in Vegas is during the weekend of a Conor McGregor fight. He said the people from Ireland come over and they don't even get hotel rooms. They stay out in the street drinking for 3 days, go to the fight,
Oh god.
and Aer Lingus has a special flight that they send to Vegas when McGregor fights that leaves at 6 a.m. They all go right back to the airport and sleep on the flight back to Dublin. You need one of those in your life. Does
I
the
couldn't take it, man.
does the train run in between Lake Stevens and Seattle? If not,
No,
Uber does.
we got to go down a little bit. We got to go down a little bit. Doesn't go that far yet. It is freaking wonderful though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it'll be a good time to be in the Pacific Northwest. What a great weekend. What about y'all in the live chat? Anybody live in any area where you're excited about an upcoming sporting event where you got some tickets to? Drop me a line. I do not. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and the most exciting thing on our sports schedule right now is the fact that the Lobos get to be the lamb to the slaughter September, August 30th to the Michigan Wolverines in the Big House. It'll be a nice check for the program, but the spread right now is 34 and a half. For those of
Damn.
you who are into those type of things.
You want to know nothing about a little wager, would you, man?
No, not none.
Nah.
Not none.
Nah.
Not none. Not none. But I am taking Texas to cover against Ohio State.
What's the spread on that, dude?
I haven't even looked yet, and it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I wouldn't be surprised if Texas is almost a favorite. What do we know though? It's number one versus number two, and it's so hard to tell in college football because the preseason rankings don't seem to mean much in totality. But nevertheless, I'm rambling, but I'm freaking pumped about football around the corner, RG. But more so, Seattle Mariners got to keep it going, man. We got a 9-game road trip on the East Coast that's going to test the Seattle Mariners medal. I think these men are up for it, though, man.
What a great time to be a Mariner fan. All we've asked the front office to do for years is to put us in this position. And after enough crying, sleepless nights, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and domestic abuse, we finally here. My oh my, it's another Spurs podcast and not condone domestic abuse.
Shout out Ginger Fit Dad. RJ Harvey. Remember that name. I know Ginger Fit knows. RJ Harvey. He is a name to remember, man. He is going to be a fun player on that squad.
So to answer your question, Texas right now is a 2.5 point underdog to Ohio State.
Huh. That seems pretty fair. So basically, they think Texas is a slightly better team.
You know, I'm one of those tinfoil hat kind of guys, and I just don't see how, with deep in bed, the SEC and ESPN are that a SEC team doesn't vie for the title this year. So Texas is going to get the huge push, especially because of Arch Manning. It just wouldn't surprise me if the SEC
That's a huge
team
component.
is in there.
That name is a huge component, man.
Texas Power Ranger says I go to downtown Dallas and see street fights for free. That's awesome. That's awesome. Those days are too far behind me. I can't be in the club when they shut it down. That's I'm 20 years past that. But I'm sure you see some great free entertainment leaving bars in downtown Dallas. I'm sure that's fantastic. Nah, man, what's on the docket? I definitely would like to try to catch some Eagles, catch at least one Eagles game this year. The schedule is good. We got the third toughest schedule in the league, playing a lot of playoff teams from how they match up. You know, if you win your division, they match you up against other winners of the division, and we're playing the NFC North, I want to say, and the AFC West. So there'll be a chance to see get to see some good matchups this year for the Eagles. Me and Tyler are still trying to work out when we can do a show live from either a Mariner game or tailgating the Seahawk game. I'll go up to see him in Seattle for that. Indy is breaking guy code and getting married, so he's going to be MIA for anything that we try to plan this year. But shout out to him and Darby either way.
Hey, if anyone in particular was listening, I'm very happily married. I am very happily married. I don't censor anything RG says except for that one. Indy's not the only married person on this team. I'm putting that out into the stratosphere now in case somebody happens to listen to this episode till the very end. Which probably won't happen, to be honest, but let's get at it. I want to give a huge programming note to our friends in the live chat, though. We haven't necessarily made it concrete yet, but I think we're going to go live when the Mariners end. The Mariners are on Sunday Night Baseball next week in the Little League game. The Mariners are on Sunday Night Baseball next week in the Little League game. So most likely we will be going live as soon as the game ends, and Indy will put up a notification on the YouTube feed to let you know when we're 100% sure, but that's probably the game plan, bro.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. And I'm not trying to get him in trouble at all. I'm going to lean heavily on Mrs. Ty Talks to be able to get through some of these college classes that start next week. So I need her to be on Team RG for a little bit. But yeah, man, Mariners are going to be part of the Sunday Night Classic for Little League Baseball, which would be a good opportunity. I know Julio's going to have himself a blast out there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, and we're going with a competitive baseball team. So hopefully us and the Phillies can put on a good show. It is us and the Phillies, yeah. Could we play? I believe it's us and the Phillies, or is it us and the Mets?
It's the Mets. It's the Mets.
Oh, okay.
Ginger Fitz saying the Mets have lost 7 straight. That's still a talented team, and they're going to get right before the season's over. The Mariners still got to bring it.
That is very, very true, and we'll see how the matchup lines up, and if we got to deal with Zach Wheeler during our time in Philadelphia as well, too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And God, I can't think of the other dude's name right now. Can't believe I'm drawing a blank live on air. I want to say it's Rodriguez. He's got some filthy stuff too. So should be a good chance to get some good pictures and see what the new boys in the Pacific Northwest can do.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anything else you want to talk about tonight, Ty?
I guess just really quickly, it warms my heart that the Seahawks are bringing the fullback to their offense. Rookie Robbie Oots out of Alabama, lead blocking his ass off, and I couldn't be happier about it. Make the fullback great again.
Third place finish in the NFC West, man. Sorry to tell you.
Nah.
Sorry to tell you. Keep that love with the Mariners right now because the Seahawks are about to break your heart.
We're gonna be in the playoffs. Just watch, man. It's gonna be a top 5 defense smothering your ass.
Madden tournaments do not count.
Oh, I'm bad at Madden nowadays. Oh boy. Them little kids be talking that shit to me, bro.
And they got mom and daddy's credit cards so they can buy all the boosts that they need too. My paycheck can't support that. Yeah, man. Well, if there's nothing really else important we're going to talk about, we are always grateful that the live chat is joining us each and every Sunday night for another live episode of My Oh My, Another Sports Podcast, brought to you by Vaden Podcast Services here live on YouTube. Don't forget, next Sunday, the show will be live after the Mariners go off the air on Sunday Night Baseball. Tyler will be joined by a special guest. I have a hard out for the weekend. The real job won't let me come out and play. Bummer. But if you are able to join us, feel free to join Ty and Indy. They're going to rock it and hold it down for me while I'm stuck trying to earn some money next Sunday night at my real job. And they're going to put on a hell of a show like we always try to do. If you cannot be a part of the live chat, the recording of the episode does come out every Tuesday morning where you like to get your favorite podcast from. Big shout out to super producer Indy, who does all this magic behind the scenes and make us sound like $1 million and puts on the production that you all come to be a part of. And again, we are so grateful for each and every one of you, and always grateful to have a new listener come and join. Don't forget to tell other Mariners fans about us. Don't forget to just tell other sports fans about us. We normally during baseball, we're heavily into baseball because that's what brought the relationship together. But once baseball ends, man, all's fair in love and war. And we'll go real deep into college football and NFL as well, too. Big shout out to our super producer, Indy, Nashville, Tennessee, our social media director, Katie Matsumoto. Don't forget to follow us on our socials at MyOMyASP. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitter, Spaces, whatever you got, we'll find a way to be there. Again, if you can't join us live on Sundays, this recording will be out Tuesday, where you like to get your favorite podcast from. The guy to the side rocking the Mariners hat, man, can't do it without him. That's the homie Ty Talks 24. Super producer Indy rocking the wheels of steel in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm that dude from the Cinco Cero Cinco holding it down for you. I go by the name of RG. And thank you all for joining us each and every Sunday night right here for My Oh My. It's another sports podcast.
With me, we've been friends for T-ball. Sam, one of my oldest friends. Shout out. We need to get him on the show, man, because there's very few people that know the Seahawks better than me, and he is one of them. My man, Sam, what's up, homie?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think Indy just got the feed, but it's all right. This will come out on the podcast recorded. What up, Sam, baby?